Good morning, class. Welcome to your first day of online learning. Today in math, we are actually learning a new unit, which is super exciting. This unit is called rate, okay? And the cool thing is that it's actually kind of similar to units that we've seen before. So hopefully you'll feel a little bit familiar and a little bit comfortable with it. But I also have sent home anchor charts to help you out. So here's the first one we're looking at for your reference. It's just the introduction to rate, okay? Because rate is defined like this. Rate is the relationship between two quantities with different measurement units. So the example that you can see that I've provided is for driving, okay? So when we're on the road, we have to go a certain speed limit, and that speed limit is the rate of kilometers that we go per hour, okay? So for example, this car is going 65 kilometers per hour, okay? And per is our keyword for rate. Everything is measured per like one unit per another unit, okay? And we can represent this little per with a dashed line, okay? So this can look like 65 kilometers per hour, all right? So that is what rate is, and we're gonna look at an example together to help introduce us to the idea, okay? So here is our question. Mr. Lee bought 60 pens to give equally to his 5 children. How many pens did each child get? So this is actually asking us basically the rate of pens per child, so 2 different units. So we can start by making ourselves a bar line, okay? So I have 5 boxes for my 5 children, okay? I'm gonna put children on the bottom because the rate on top is pens. Okay, we know that there are 60 pens to give to the children, okay? So in order to find out how many pens one child is going to get, so this spot, we have to take our 60 pens and divide them by 5, okay? So that is how we find rate, is we get to 1 unit. And 60 divided by 5 is 12 pens, okay? And it's 12 pens per child, okay? So that is the rate of pens to children, okay? So now we're gonna have a look inside our textbooks to see some more examples of what rate looks like, okay? So please take a moment and grab your textbook, pause me if you need to, and we're opening it to page 44, okay? So go ahead and grab that. All right, and our first question is actually very similar to the one we just did together, okay? It tells us a machine fills 60 bottles of syrup in 5 minutes. So how many bottles of syrup can it fill in 1 minute? Okay, and you guys, I'm sure, already know the answer. It's gonna be 12, but let's take a look at this. Okay, we have our bar chart. And this time, our 60 represents bottles. Okay, because our 5 represents minutes. And again, what we're looking for is to find out how much 1 is worth. Okay, so this spot here. How many bottles will be made or filled in 1 minute, okay? And so of course, we're going back to division with 60 divided by 5, which we know is 12. Okay, but this time it's 12 bottles, and it's representing that the rate is 12 bottles per minute. Okay? All right, so we see how this works. We have 2 different quantities, 2 different things that we're putting together in relationship one another, and we're figuring out how much 1 is worth. Okay, because 1 will be the rate, okay? So let's look at another example. So this time we're on page 45. We're moving ahead 1 page, and we're looking at question number 1 together. Okay, and question number 1 tells us Robert is paid $20 for working for 4 hours. How much is he paid per hour? Okay, so you can see it there in front of you, but I'll show you using our bar line again, just so we can see it. Okay, so we know that he's getting $20 after 4 hours. So we have hours on the bottom, then money, how much he's getting paid on the top. So it's asking us how much is he paid per hour. So we're looking again for the value of what 1 hour is, okay? And to figure that out, we have to divide 20 by 4, okay? Which is going to give us $5. So Robert gets $5 per hour, okay? So hopefully you see how that works. We're bringing it down to the value of 1 through division. Okay, let's look at another example. So this is number 2. Number 2 tells us that water is flowing from a tap at the rate of 100 liters every 4 minutes. Find the rate of flow of water in liters per minute. So again, we've got 4, we're shown 4, okay? And this time it's minutes is our quantity. And we have 100 liters. Okay? So it's asking us to find what 1 is worth. And in order to find that, we have to take our 100 and divide it by 4. Okay? Because we know after 4 minutes, 100 liters come out. Okay? So that's going to give us 25 liters per minute. Okay? Again, we see our all important per, okay, because that is the rate of water flowing from the tap. Okay? So that is your introduction to rate, and now it's your turn to practice a little bit. Okay, so grab your workbook and hop on into it. We are doing exercise 31 today, and that is on page 53. It's just 1 page in 4 minutes, and it shows you, I want you to make sure that you're filling in the boxes to do the math work, and then filling in your answer on the line. Okay, and you'll get a bit of practice. And as always, if you have any questions or if you need help understanding anything a bit more clearly, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. Okay, have a good day.